Like always, 3 minutes and 13 seconds. Why the 13 seconds? I don't know. I need 30 seconds to get it.
As the fight draws near, Oleksandr Usyk and Rico Verhoeven push their limits, sharpening every technique and preparing for battle. Every morning, Rico Verhoeven starts with an ice bath, building discipline, boosting recovery, and priming both body and mind for the grueling training sessions ahead.
Seven in the morning. Turning on some motivational speech, and then jumping in.
I've had some failures in front of a lot of people.
3 minutes.
But I didn't mind that because you grow from that, you know.
I think part of learning is dying. I think part of learning is you gotta die. Because what is learning? Learning is me giving up on my old ideas. And those ideas have to die for me to come together.
Fully focused and fired up to face Oleksandr Usyk, he pushes his limits every day, training with intensity and determination to prove himself against the very best in elite boxing.
One more round, warm up.
I can see, enough, but never enough. Easy day. Today's easy day. This is exercise and don't try. But this is exercise make me strong.
His training camp is a model of consistency, blending strength conditioning, technical drills, and endurance work to keep him physically primed and mentally sharp throughout the entire preparation period.
This is just horrible. And we've been doing this for years and years and years, back to back. That's why every time we finish, Dennis takes the time, notes it in his phone. Then after training, he puts it in his computer and he has data for years and years from when we start prep and what the times are when we finish camp. So yeah, it's always a challenge to stay as fit as possible and just to keep looking at the data like, hey, last preparation or the preparation before that, you were faster or you were better. What's the reason? So we keep analyzing the data, yeah, to be better every time.
During MIT pad work sessions, he hones his combinations, timing, and precision, working closely with his coaches to perfect fundamentals and adapt to new challenges. Fueled by relentless motivation, he pushes through fatigue, maintains strict discipline, and keeps his hunger alive, showing unwavering commitment as he prepares intensely for the biggest opportunity of his career.
To the top is, I think, easier because you have something to work towards, to look towards, and it's a dream, and it's a dream you're chasing. But when that dream finally becomes reality, you're there, you obtained it, and what happens now? And then a lot of people, maybe not a lot of people, but just like what normally happens or logically happens is, hey, you get comfortable. I did it, I made it, but that's not me. That's not me. I keep the grind as real as it.
In sparring sessions, he puts his skills to the test against partners, absorbing pressure, sharpening both defense and offense, and building the confidence and experience required to compete at the highest level of boxing.
We got a lot of big guys here today, so we gotta make sure the Vaseline is on our face. so the punches slip off and we don't end up with a bloody eye, bloody nose, black eye.
Shares the journey to this fight, revealing that he was initially offered Anthony Joshua but chose Oleksandr Usyk, believing that undisputed champions belong in the ring against each other.
Is the champion now, undefeated for a long time. So what about undisputed versus undisputed? And they said one thing. I love it.
Wow.
Okay. Let's do it. So they started talking to Alexander about the whole idea. He loved the idea. So they made it work. And now we're here.
Would it be fair to say that the idea of fighting Usyk, given who he is and his current resume, interested you more than AJ?
100%.
Yeah.
The fight versus Anthony Joshua was also super exciting, but he's like a totally different fighter.
Sure.
And Oleksandr Usyk is the Rico Verhoeven in boxing.
Yeah.
So like he's been dominating for so long and in such phenomenal fashion. So I was like, wow, if we could do this.
On the other side, Oleksandr Usyk trains relentlessly, pushing both body and mind to peak condition as he prepares to defend his title against the looming challenge.
The fight and our priority, it's the quality of the sparring. Yeah. So the most important are sparring. In Usyk case, this is, I think so now, 60% of training loads.
Usyk's trainer explains that their focus is on sparring sessions that simulate real fight scenarios, sharpening techniques, and ensuring Usyk can adapt flawlessly to any strategy his opponent might bring.
How often do the kids come into the gym?
Only today?
Only today.
Yeah, because they are not live here. They live in Malaga.
Ah.
Yeah,
Okay.
school, training. Yeah, now it's like a weekend. Two maybe 3 days.
Wade Plemons offers a balanced yet critical take on this unusual matchup, calling it a prime example of entertainment-driven boxing. He admits the fight has undeniable excitement and expects fans will tune in despite any criticism. However, he leans strongly toward Oleksandr Usyk dominating the contest, noting that the skill gap remains clear even in unpredictable crossover fights. Referencing recent upsets like Francis Ngannou knocking down Tyson Fury, he acknowledges that surprises are possible. Still, Plemons emphasizes that Usyk has already proven himself against elite opponents and thoroughly cleared his division, while Rico Verhoeven enters largely uncharted territory with limited boxing experience, making the matchup feel more like a spectacle than a true sporting contest.
Usyk's probably going to wash Rico, but hey, you never know. Francis walked in there, knocked down Tyson, jiggled his balls in his face, and ended up almost beating him. So yeah, I'll watch this. It's an entertainment fight. It's a crossover fight. And while I think that Oleksandr Usyk has bigger fish to fry in the heavyweight division, when KBL is a mandatory, I thought, for Oleksandr Usyk, there is, for other sanctioning bodies like the WBO, you have Fabio Wardley and Daniel Dubois. You have that fight about to happen. So the winner of that is going to, I thought, fight Usyk. And then you have Tyson Fury waiting in the wings. There's Moses Italma waiting in the wings. There's a lot of odd stuff happening here with the sanctioning bodies. And I'm going to tell you this now.
Plemons also highlights the complications created by sanctioning bodies, pointing out contenders like Fabio Wardley and Daniel Dubois waiting for their rightful title shots. He argues that situations like this weaken the integrity of the division. Still, he doesn't dismiss the entertainment factor, acknowledging that boxing is evolving into a mix of sport and spectacle where fights like this grab massive attention, even if they raise serious questions about merit and legitimacy.
Are digging their own graves with stuff like this. They are digging their own graves, because the more they do stuff like this, Rico Verhoeven, no reason, no business he should be fighting for a heavyweight championship in boxing. Yes, in kickboxing, very different. Him coming over and fighting for this, and essentially his second boxing match. Go fought a guy named Janos Finfera and knocked him out cold. I mean, like I said, it's a crossover fight. If you want to say, like, look at what all Usyk has done for the heavyweight division. He fought the best of the best. He ran laps around the division, so he deserves a fun fight. That's fine. I don't really have any problem with that. I didn't have a problem.
In a recent discussion, Oladipo shared his candid view of the current heavyweight landscape, stating that Anthony Joshua simply isn't operating on the same level as Oleksandr Usyk. He emphasized that Usyk is the #1 heavyweight in the world and already ranks among boxing's all-time greats. In contrast, Joshua hasn't yet reached that elite standard, making some potential matchups feel mismatched and unusual at this stage of his career.
But AJ's not Oleksandr Usyk, right? I mean, where AJ isn't where Oleksandr Usyk is. Oleksandr Usyk's the #1 heavyweight in the world, one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. AJ, this stage of his career, certainly isn't that. So I guess it makes the matchup appear even more strange. Look, I like the idea of going to Egypt, by the way. I think it's good when boxing goes to different places in the world. I think these are events that you remember. There was some talk about Oleksandr Usyk signing with Zuffa. I prayed and had my fingers crossed that it was going to be Oleksandr Usyk versus Agit Kabayel. Now, some of you might be right here. You're like, oh, one second. Oleksandr Usyk's done everything asked.
He also touched on rumors linking Usyk to organizations like Zuffa, while personally hoping for a more competitive matchup, such as Usyk facing Agent Kabayel, despite debates about easier fights. Comparisons were made to Tyson Fury taking on Francis Ngannou, showing that even top champions sometimes accept unexpected challenges. Ultimately, Oladipo emphasizes deep respect for Usyk's decade-long excellence, making criticism difficult, while still wishing the champion would stay more active in the ring.
For that. Look, I'm not saying I like it. I kind of see the argument for it. Tyson Fury had one, didn't he? Tyson Fury had a knock against Francis Ngannou as a heavyweight champion. So I don't see much difference between that and this, although that got critiqued as well. AJ, I guess, had one against Jake Paul. Again, I didn't see, I mean, people were complaining, but he still went and did it. So look, Oleksandr Usyk has entertained me for nearly a decade. And I always find it difficult, and I think I said this before in a video, I find it difficult to say anything negative about Oleksandr Usyk, anything negative at all. Would I like him to stay more busy? Yes. Would I like him to fight the next man up? Absolutely. But I don't think I'm going to crucify him for doing this. I don't. Maybe I should. And I think a lot of you guys in the comment section, look, again, feel free to leave a comment and tell me what you think. I think a lot of you might crucify him for doing it. But when someone has become undisputed heavyweight champion of the world twice, cruiserweight champion, Olympic gold medalist, world championship gold medalist, you can have one. You can have one. And then we'll see if he falls back into the routine of fighting the next man up. Again, look, let me not pretend I'm not disappointed it's not Agit Kabayel, but as soon as I started hearing whispers about Agit Kabayel having another fight in Germany and it not being Usyk, I was already kind of making my mind that Usyk was going to go down this route. Again, AJ was going to go down this route. You know, Rico doesn't have a chance in hell, does he? If we're being brutally honest there, like he's taken on, I mean, Oleksandr Usyk is godlike. Rico will have no fear.
In a detailed breakdown, Teddy Atlas shared his thoughts on an unusual upcoming fight featuring Oleksandr Usyk, widely regarded as one of the world's greatest heavyweights. Usyk is set to defend his WBA title against kickboxing star Rico Verhoeven, with the event reportedly taking place in Egypt near the pyramids, a spectacle blending sport and entertainment on a global stage. Atlas noted that boxing has always balanced competition with entertainment, and this matchup reflects that reality. He emphasized that Usyk has fully earned the right to take on such a fight. From winning Olympic gold to becoming the undisputed cruiserweight champion and then conquering the heavyweight division, Usyk has consistently proven himself against elite opponents. According to Atlas, his extraordinary career already cements his place among boxing's all-time greats.
Be defending his WBA title versus a kickboxer, Rico Verhoeven, in May 23rd, I believe, in Egypt at the pyramids. Now, we've had a history. It's an entertainment business, right? And I know there'll be people that gonna say that, you know, they're gonna be pros and cons about it. My feeling is, look, Usyk has earned the right to take a one-off, if you want to call it that. And just like everyone else is taking a shot at doing that, he's earned the right. He's fought everybody. And he has put himself now into that status where he can be called one of the great heavyweights of all time. He's earned that. He's fought everyone.